Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this tutorial, we're going to continue with our introduction to TypeScript course. So in this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and cover arrays. Okay, so in the last tutorial, we looked at how to work with different optional or read-only parameters. Okay, so or read-only properties. So in this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and cover arrays. So let's go back into our VS Code. This way we left off from last time. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete everything, and we're going to start talking about arrays. Okay, so arrays in programming. So there are two ways of creating arrays in TypeScript. The first one is using the square bracket notation, just like in JavaScript. Another way is by using the array generic, and we'll look at what is that, and what in the future videos cover more about generics. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you how to use it using the square notation. So using the square bracket notation. So we're going to say const and say employees, and it's going to be of type string, so we specify the data type, and then say they use a square bracket notation to indicate that this is going to be an array of strings, right? So it's going to be an array of string, or a string array. That's basically it. And you're going to be say equals to, and then specify simply an array there. So that's basically how to create an array there. So you can close this off, and you can go ahead and say employees dot push, and you can push data in there. So you can go ahead and push information in there. Let's say we have John Doe, we have Janet Doe, and all that. You can push much information as much as you want in there, and you can go ahead and do console.log and log out the employees data. So if I go in here, I should be able to see the employees. So I have John Doe and Janet Doe. So you can do all that in there, right? Or you can also go ahead and pass the information right in here. Let's say Peter Doe. So Peter Doe, also now Peter Doe will be in our array as well. So that's basically how you can create an array using the square bracket notation. Quite easy, right? And you can also do different things, that you can say dot, and you can see all the diff. You can say dot length, and you turn to the length of that array. So the length is 3 elements, right? So 1, 2, and 3. So 3 elements in the array. So that's good. That's how you can create an array in an array is just a collection of data, right? So we can access using different indexes, and so you can say array, and then say get the first index, which is the first index, second index, sorry, the 0th index, the first index, and then the second index. So if you look, now you get back only Peter Doe. So that's basically how you can create an array, right? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Okay, so another way you can create this arrays, if you want, we can create a number array of numbers. You just have to change this to be of type number. All right, so now you can now pass in numbers in here. So you can say 1, 40, 50. So now if I run, you see 1, 40, and 50. Right, let me just change this to be all the array. So you can see 1, 40, and 50. So 2, 40, and 50, right? So that's I can create an array of numbers, right? Good. So that's using the square bracket notation. What about using another notation, which is the generic? So you can say array, and then say this, and then say the type in here. So I say number. So I don't have to specify this right here. So that's basically it. So creating an array of number type. So if the code is going to work as usual. So an array of number type. So if I want a string type, I just have to change this to be string. So this is another way of creating this, and change this to be string. Say John Doe, and this is going to be Janet Doe, just like that. So that's basically, so if I go in here, you can see we have John Doe and we have Janet Doe. So it works fine, right? So that's another way of creating arrays using the generic array keyword. So the array, and then specify the type, and then finally this, right? So that's one way you can do it. So now let's see how we can create a read-only array. So read-only arrays are arrays in which you can only read the data. You can add information, you can delete information, you can only read it. So how do you do that? You can just go ahead and say read only, this like this, and just like this here. So read only, so you can add any information inside. So let me just move all this information in here. So I can only add information at the point of creating the array, but I can push any further information into it. So this is going to give me an error, right? But in JavaScript, it's going to work. In plain JavaScript, it's going to work, because this is not a read-only array. In plain JavaScript, there's nothing like read-only array, but in TypeScript, there's read-only array. So you can see that in the browser, it's working because it's being converted back into JavaScript at the end of the day. But in TypeScript, it gives us a warning that since it's a read-only array, then we can't do that, right? So that's one of the advantages of TypeScript. That's how you can create a read-only array in TypeScript, right? So good. Okay, so now let's say that you want an array. Let's say I want an array that's a combination. I don't want to specify the type, right? I just want to let's say, like in Python, we have an array, right? An array can support numbers, integers, strings. Any data type can go inside of an array, and an array can have another array inside of it to create a two-dimensional array. In TypeScript, well, you can only specify one data type. Is it possible to specify more than one data type? And the answer is yes. So how do we do that in TypeScript? So I'm going to challenge you guys a bit. So I'm going to challenge you guys a bit to see. So let me just give you a first example. So is this, what do you think? Can this work? And do you think this is going to work? Let me know. Try this out and let me see. So you can just say employees. Let me just say console.log employees. And I want to go up here and I want to do employees. Sorry, not this. Employees. I wonder why it's not giving me the employees. Okay, employees dot push, and I'm going to push in say, let me check the type is going to be okay. Let me just say I put in 2. Does that work? Yeah, it works. What now if I try in 4? Because you're saying is it a number or a string? Now that doesn't work. It works in JavaScript, but it doesn't work in here. You can see you get an error, right? So you say argument type number is not assignable to parameter type of string. So what TypeScript sees this thing as, it says you're saying we are creating an array of only strings, a string array, and not a combination of the two. So you might think, okay, I'm going to do this. Is that going to work? Let's see. So you can see now how TypeScript views this. If I go in here, you can say argument of type string is not assignable to parameter of type never. So that doesn't work as well, right, in TypeScript. Now, so what's the best way to specify this in TypeScript? Now, the best way to do this in TypeScript is just this, right? So you just say pass all this into parentheses and close this off like this. So now it's going to support both numbers and strings. So you can see now there's no error in our TypeScript, and also on JavaScript it works fine. So it's a combination of two. So if you want to specify multiple types, you make this as boolean. So bool. Let me get the spelling right. So boolean. So boolean, you can also go ahead and specify either true or a false. So true, false, all that works. So you can see now you can also have true and false in there. So that's basically how you can have multiple, how you can use union, because this is called a union, right? This is how you can use union in creating an array. So that's how you can use union to create an array. Okay, so that's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you guys enjoyed the video so far and you would like to support the channel, this is just by liking the video. Okay, liking the video, sharing this content with your friends, like we're also learning TypeScript. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can stay updated for future videos. If you want to support me further, you can buy me coffee. The link is going to be in the description of the video. So guys, thanks for watching so much. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and look at enums, or how to work with enums in TypeScript, and we'll cover a lot of stuff about enums in TypeScript. So guys, thanks for watching, and see you in the video or where we'll be looking at enums. So keep safe.